G'day everybody, it's Max, and welcome back to Satisfactory Update 4, that's right. And this slightly shorter episode is just on doing a few things before we can move on. And that is one, now that we've got our power all zapped up, of course I now have to run around and do a lot of upgrading to belts. Specifically, we want to take all that Mark 1 stuff, now not all of it, but the main provider lines of the Mark 1 stuff and upgrade it to Mark 3 to now match the necessity of what's going through the base. And of course that way, you know, the amount of screws required gets through, and the amount of this and that gets through, all the things get through, right? The other thing, of course, we want to do is be able to complete heavy modular frames. Thing is that we don't have manufacturers yet, but we do have one more ingredient to go, and that is of course industrial beams. So we want to, now that we have steel production running and we've got you know, concrete all made up and stuff, we will want to make sure that we get the beams in. Then next episode we can actually tackle doing tiers 5, 6, and of course doing that, finishing up the supply base. So with that, let's get to it here on episode 15 and see what we can do. The sun is shining and it's a brand new day. Oh yeah, sure is. And you gotta like when you have all kinds of spare power. Well, okay, we probably don't have spare power, but you know, according to this at the moment, even if everything is running full tilt, we'd only be using 1583. So, you know, and we got 1800. So it's a thumbs up on that. We're only consuming around 500 at the moment, because right now I am going to go do a bunch of upgrading. Yipper. It is, take me down to the upgrade city. Woo! We're going upgrading. I probably don't need that much. I probably don't. But I am going to upgrade, and we are going to need a fair amount. Now, of course, upgrading is probably not going to be very entertaining, and oh yeah, I gotta like that disappearing act. The upgrading part's probably not going to be too entertaining. Of course, I got to start all the way down with the miners and work my way up all the way to here, right? So, let's, you know, I mean, I'll take you along for like, you know, 30 seconds of this trip. But I won't blame you when we switch. Well, I'm going to swap you out, of course, because I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to drag you through like a half hour of me just upgrading belts. We got lots of other things to do today. And of course, you know, that's going to be a thing we have to do. This thing, you know, we're going to do, you know, we're going to do tubes here shortly. We're going to definitely do that. Okay. Guess who gets upgrades today, people? That's right, you all do. Hey! What's going on there, Eminem? Huh? What do you guys... Hey, Jelly Bean, what are you doing? I know, it's all cool, right? Well, I think it is. I think it's awesome, myself. It's going to be a great day. We're about to do a bunch of upgrades. It's all going to be good. Alrighty, let's get started with you, big guy. Hey, look who's back. You're not supposed to be here. What are you doing here? Okay, well, you know, the people like a good fight. Yeah. Alright, bring it, Bugs. Let's see what you got. Oh, yeah. Oh, not getting away with that one, are you? Oh, no way. Yeah, where's your friend at? I know he's hiding behind here. I can hear him. Look, he's trying to figure out a way to get around to me. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Gotta like that. Yes. All right. Let's do a little upgrading here. I'm gonna have to plot me down benches and stuff like that all the time. That's gonna get crazy. That's just gonna get crazy. All right, let's get on here. Portable miner. Let's do that. Yep, 2 of them will do just fine. And we're going to zap you and mark 2. Right. guess what I need? I need a bunch of them crazy industrial beams again. I'm going to have to make a bunch of those. Right now, though, I'll only make 10 just so we can get this one done. Guess what you can't do? You can't fit this anywhere. You know what? Throw that away for now. Give me these. I need 10 of these things. Give me 10 of these things so, you know, we can get on with life. All right? There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 beams. Okay, get this down here. Yes, there we go. And let's hook up our pretty Mark III belt to that. And let's get the power hook back up. Do that. Vroom, vroom. There we go. Lots of stuff going on now. All right, so I'm going to run around here. We're going to do some upgrading for a bit. Because, of course, it's one of them things I got to do. Yep, and I'm about to upgrade you, and I got to go get more beams. So, I'm going to bring you back. Once I've gone through and done a major portion of the upgrading, I might bring it back for a little piece somewhere. But right now, I'm going to run around and do a bunch of belt upgrading so as we can see the zooming of the supply base. So I'm bringing you back in here for a couple of reasons. One, not for the Sluggo. Yeah, he'd be a bonus, but I'm not here for him just yet. When it comes to upgrading the supply base belt, I am doing the steel line first because the steel line is the line that's providing me with all the belt, right? And of course, though we did start off with a full container box down there, there's about 30,000 belt in this base at the moment. For just for what I consider to be not a, I mean, it's not a small build, but this is not compared to the builds I've done, you know, in my other maps up to this point. And that's 30,000 belt that has to be replaced. Now, when it comes to that, of course, we were running everything on Mark 1 belt, so even the steel was running at Mark 1, which means it was only going to be able to produce, at most, maybe, you know, 20 or so a minute. That's not going to cut it, right? So the thing is you need to upgrade your steel belt first, or your steel components first, including all your raw materials, all your drills, all the things there, so as it can push out more steel first. The second thing is take your time when doing your upgrade of your belts, especially when you're dealing with a lot of belt. You know, so again, we want to make sure that we had all the stuff upgraded. But then I noticed one of my steel production lines seems to be short, and I thought, what's wrong with that? Checked it out. Coal seems to be short. Followed it back. Where's the problem? The problem is right there. Look at that. You can see it right there. You can see how, well, first of all, you can see it on this side because the belt changes in the light color, right? So they get these Mark III wide lights. And then there's this little Mark 1 piece right here before it changes back to Mark 3. And I missed this piece in my upgrades. So all my coal's been tied up at this one little juncture point. Look at that. And now it's all going. And that should fix this problem. But it's a problem, right? So make sure when you're upgrading, take your time to upgrade your sections. Follow your chains through. Make sure you're not missing anything there. And at the same time, whatever Mark belt you're upgrading to, make sure that's the belt line you upgrade to first, because it will need to push out more of that material for you to actually get things done. So now I'm going to keep going on. I've got all the ground stuff upgraded, and I've got the steel line here upgraded. I'm now going to continue on through the base to keep upgrading belt, and we should now see a lot more belts being pushed. In fact, what we should see now is, see how this box was running out? This box is kind of keeping up. So this box was running out, and I was like, that's strange. That shouldn't be running out. But it's not now. Now it will catch up now that we have those things put in place. So we should be good to go. And keep in mind, our Mark II miners, unless they're on pure nodes, they're on a lot of normal nodes, and they're only doing 120 outputs, right? Where we've got 270 belts marked down. So there's going to be spacing in there at times anyway, and that's fine. But again, make sure that you take your time. Don't miss a spot, because you can miss one little spot, and then you'll have to trace it back when things start to go wonky. And upgrade the lines of the belt machines that you are upgrading with first, which in this case is Mark III. Okay, I'm out. I will see you guys after the upgrades are done. You know, the sunshine up here in the morning is actually quite nice out here in the Rocky Desert. I will say that. You get all kinds of different colors out here first thing in the morning, and it actually is really nice. With a lot of the Mark III belting all done, now it's time for the final component of our final thing. So we're making our 10 motors a minute. Now we got to make our 4 heavy modular frames a minute. And of course, to do that, we have the pipe, we have the screws, we have the frames, but we need the industrial beams, and of course that's what we've got this all ready to go for. So we're going to run down here, we're going to put together a few little odds and ends. Of course, we're going to use our nice little trick here to make sure that everybody goes into their respective locations accordingly. Nope, not that one. Do that one. There we go. And of course, we're going to put that in there, and then we'll switch to you, my good friend. And we will do this like so, and we're going to do this like this. Now, of course, you need 2 things for industrial beams. You need concrete and steel beams. Well, turns out, the steel beams we're making, but we're not making concrete yet. Or are we? Well, turns out I'm making all kinds of concrete. It's just not up here I'm making that concrete. That concrete is being made down there. I know. All that original concrete, the umpteen doodle thousands that I've got stored in boxes down there for platform building. Well, it turns out we have 8 machines down there just pumping out concrete. So I've just diverted that concrete temporarily to come up here for a bit and help us out with this. Now, I did do the machines up, and I even got the input belt done to handle all the raw material, so to handle limestone coming in. So when I do want to run 2 limestone lines up here, I can do that. I'll just run the 2 limestone lines up here, and then I can just hook them right into that belt that's sitting right over here, and then those will take over, and then I'll just hook them in. But for now, I thought, well, you know what? We've got concrete machines sitting around already. We don't need to do that. Of course, the trick is that I would usually take my power off of these guys, but I can't do that because we're not running power to them guys. So we're going to have to borrow some power on a temporary basis from somebody else. Sure. Can you do that for me? Do this for me? Sure. Yep, right about there somewhere. Do that. And oopsie-daisy, there we go. And you can do that. Yep. You can do that. And, hello. Come here. Now, for now, I have this going to 2 places. 1, it's going to go into a box over here. And 2, it's going to make its way back to the front of the base, where, of course, all of our main storage collection area is, so as we can use it for our own needs. In fact, I'm going to take this belt away from here from now, so as it sends all of it back that way and can send it away. Why isn't the concrete? Oh, I was going to say, hey, wait a minute now. What's going on here? Where's all my concrete? Yeah, I suppose it helps if you were to actually hook up the belt there, Max. That's a good idea. I was going to say, we have all kinds of concrete. I know that. You know, like, yeah, zip in here. Do all the things. Yeah, because this guy's going to steal all of it. Now, there's just one problem for us to make the heavy modular frames. Yeah, we don't have a machine for it. The manufacturer is tiers 5 and 6. So I've got all the ingredients. I got no machine to build it. Yeah, that's a problem. So what are we doing next episode? Well, next episode, we're gonna do tier 5 and 6. So let's head to the front. So obviously, to do the final thing for the supply base, we got to have tiers 5 and 6, and to do that, we've got to have 3 things, right? We'll just stop here. Of course, we got to have more of these plate, right? The smart plating. Well, it turns out you need reinforced plate and rotors for that. I think we have those. Then, of course, you need 500 of these versatile frameworks. Turns out, I got a box of that. You know, we got a box of frames and 2 boxes of steel beams. Yeah. Yep, that's the thing we have. So what do we got here? Look, you need 100 of these. So you got to have 100 stators and 20 wire. Turns out, we have a box of those. So, next episode, we're going to crank the lever. Yeah, we're going to make this thing happen. And of course, on the next episode as well, we're going to get this final piece out of the way. Hypertubes. Oh, yeah. And though we're not hypertubing very much anywhere at the moment, we will. I would like to have a nice hypertube take me up and down to replace Mr. Jellypad here, because that whole setup always made me nervous. So with that, I'm Max. This is Satisfactory Update 4, and on the next one, we're gonna launch a thing again. Actually, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna build the things to make the things, so as we can launch the things. And once that's all done, then hopefully we'll be able to launch the things. Something like that. Anyway, I'm going to see you on the next one. Take care.